So Nolan Wells' friends speak out, and to me, it sounds like a setup, y'all. It sounds like they took that boy out on that island, Horn Island, and once they got somewhere where they felt like it was no cameras around, and they can toss him in that ocean and get away with it, because that water had sharks in it. It had all type of different animals in there. So now they got to do the autopsy and find out what happened. But they could did. Look, this is the thing. When you see what happened with the Carmelo Anthony case, how the judge, the prosecutor, and all the witnesses, they all got together and lied. That's conspiracy. Because if they could be getting paid under the table, the same way how like the dude's father is his name, Jeff Metcalf. He's all over doing all these interviews and stuff like that, right? Talk about he want to be a spokesperson and go to the schools and speak to children. Man, you wasn't even speaking to your own children like that. Remember, you caught that charge for touching small people back in the days. But this ain't about that. It's about Nolan. And what happened was, I believe they lied. They threw him in the water. And how was his cell phone still with them or whatever? And you know what I'm saying? He just goes missing without a cell phone. That don't happen. Nolan was attached to his cell phone. He wouldn't leave that cell phone for 5 minutes. So why would he go away on an island somewhere and be without a cell phone? It don't make sense. And they prep these little young dudes up and tell them, well, say this and say that and don't say this. They prep them. That's why when the Carmelo Anthony case came out, they didn't want the public in the courtroom, but the dude talking about he followed the law, and then he's doing interviews for the media. If you ain't want the public in the courtroom, why the fuck is you doing interviews after talking about I followed the law and it was a fair trial? He know the dream team coming for him, man. I believe they threw Nolan Wells in the water. Now, what happens before that? Was it a fight that led up to them tossing him in the water? Possibly. Because why would they just decide, oh, we're gonna play a game, let's throw him in the water and see if he makes it back, and then after they see he don't make it back, they just leave him? That don't sound right, do it? They had to all be down with the plan for it to happen the way it happened. They said we gonna leave him in this water. They had to all agree to that. Y'all don't all go to no island together and then everybody leaves and they know he's missing. They know what happened to him, but all of a sudden they acting like they don't know. Y'all was together the whole time. They need to show every camera footage from that island, from the point they got on there and where they went, and then when they left. There should be cameras on that island, on that water and everything. It should be. Sometimes you go in places like that, though, you got to go by the autopsy, because unless they can get footage through their cell phones, like, look, they could they can go through all their cell phones, and they can find out what was being said, because our cell phones got microphones in them. They could find out the exact location where they were at a certain time and what was being said on their cell phones. They won't tell us this. They won't come out and tell the public, but the intelligence agencies, they have this type of stuff. They had this before we had smartphones. Remember on the Boost Mobiles, they used to say, "Oh, my phone is tapped." It sounded like somebody on a satellite dish on the other side, or you hear an echo or something like that, right? So people would know that their Boost mobile phones was tapped. These were bleep phones. We talking about a whole new technology. You don't think they could tap these phones, check into them, especially after they know a murder happened? You don't think they can go back and get the audio from that phone from you know what I'm saying? Let's say the time that they went onto the island to the time that uh he went missing, or the time that the people came back off the island, but the Nolan Wells was not with him. They can run their cell phones and his cell phone to find out what went wrong. I'm talking about the audio on them, and they don't even have to go through the phone company either, cause it's an they it's a murder. It's investigation of a murder. Just the same way, like if somebody got murdered and found in the creek, they can go trace all the phone lines, like the wires. You see these wires on these lines right here? These are connected to phone calls and telephones and all type of stuff. So if somebody got murdered, they can trace all the phone lines in this area for like everybody who made calls and text messages and everything, because you're connected to a service that runs through these wires, like 5G or Verizon or whatever phone service you have, AT&T, iPhone, Cricket, whatever service provider you have, T-Mobile, they're connected to these wires. You won't have service. This is why sometimes you can go out the country and they tell you it's and stuff like that. That's because the wires over there are not connected to our country. So you get charged roaming fees, but these wires are connected to our cell phones and the internet. So the intelligence agencies can go inside and look into information. They always do it all the time. They just don't tell us. This is what they do when they want to stalk people, hunt people down. How did they know where Julian Brown was at? The dude that turned plastic into glass. This brother could take a plastic bottle, a water bottle, put it in a machine and turn it into gas. They had military unmarked helicopters flying all over his house, so y'all knew where he was at, and he ain't tell nobody where he was at, because they used that technology to track him down. So use that technology to track down everything what happened with Nolan Wells. We know y'all got it. Stop playing with us. The government got all type of technology that they using right now that we won't find out about until the year 2096. They wait 70 years before they start releasing the stuff. Like the cars that, like the Elon Musk car, they've been had all that stuff. Teslas and all that, they've been had all that. It was big. It wasn't as small as they got them now, but they've been had all that. Before they told us about airplanes, they was flying them for 70 years. They test it to make sure it's safe, I guess, or so they can master it, so they can know all the ins and outs, how to control it, manipulate it, and then they give it to the public when they can control it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so you know, if it's something called Google Maps. If you go on Google Maps, you can look up addresses. You might want to look up a barbershop or a restaurant. You can look and see what the building looks like, the places behind. Now there's something called live highway cameras. You can go watch Highway 84, what is it? I-65 or whatever, I-95. You can watch the main highways in live real time from California to New York, all throughout the United States. uh then there should be something where you can watch the oceans live. It's all Google Earth. So this is where people should be looking to find out. Well, let's look into this Horn Island and let's look at the live camera. It should be access to that somewhere. Nobody's thinking about this. Nobody's talking like this. Everybody just going with the narrative. It's sort of like the Carmelo Anthony thing when we seen that, how they just showed us the one footage and it looked edited. It looked like the dude, what was his name? Hunter or Austin? Austin, I think. It looked like he disappeared in the footage under the tent after like the punch was thrown and stuff. After they punched Carmelo first. Yeah. Lost service. Well, I pushed the wrong button. So the same way how like nobody's saying nothing about where's the audio with different camera angles. You mean to tell me this is a stadium at a school and y'all only got one camera on this whole field, that's hard to believe. It's more than one camera on that field. You go to any average school and they got cameras on their field. Tell me it's only one camera. No, it's not. It's multiple cameras on the field. You can go any college, or not college. These are what was they high school? Excuse me. Most high school football fields they gonna have cameras on them. That's just for their safety, right? I think they probably have to have cameras. Now, I don't know if it got audio. It should. I think since we look at that footage and we see it's edited, I think they edited the audio too. They took the audio out of it. But they murdered Nolan, man. Threw him in the river. There's a lot of stuff surrounding this that leads up to they got to get a whole new autopsy. They can trust those people. Yeah, but this is premeditated murder. They took that brother to the island because they knew what they was gonna do. They had this all planned out. All of a sudden, he falls in the river and found dead. He was missing for 24 hours almost. But they all make it back to the island. You know what I'm saying? While they was on the way back, they wasn't thinking about, oh, Nolan is missing, right? And then it came out like I believe that a lot of stuff in his cell phone was deleted. So they must have went in his cell phone and deleted stuff. He could have had videos or pictures leading up to everything, and they went in there and deleted it. Somebody did. Allegedly. Everything we saying is allegedly. This is what I believe. This is what I think that they killed the brother Nolan. They planned and plotted and schemed, and that was their whole reason to go out there to that park because they had it in their heart from the beginning. They wanted to throw him in the water, and discernment. This ain't normal. It's sort of like a smack in the face, like the things that came out with the whole Carmelo Anthony case. There's a lot of like corruption and lies, and Austin lost his life, and it just seemed like these little young dudes that they probably knew about the Carmelo Anthony case and felt like we want to fight for our race and retaliate. This could have been a hate crime. You don't know what was going through them children's hearts. They could have been thinking, we gonna push him over in the water and we gonna see if he can swim back in. And they were just playing, and they really did it. But the current was so strong that once they pushed him in, he started floating backwards, and he wasn't able to swim back. And they never tried to save him. I don't know what happened, and they could have said, "We're gonna record it and put it in on the internet." And then once they seen that they couldn't save him and he died, they deleted it or something. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Iva. I didn't listen to all the details, so I don't know what exactly everything. But I'm just telling you my understanding how everything went down. This was some very organized plan, orchestrated white nationalist attack. And that's the thing, like, you got a lot of these groups that's really on some Ku Klux Klan type of stuff. And they not hiding no more. They just being open and blatant. So you gotta be more wise than ever and aware, discerning, very, very organized. And they target people. They only go after who they think is weak. They don't go after groups of people. The history of the Ku Klux Klan, they never came at they never came after no black leader. The Ku Klux Klan, because they look at it like that's too much power. They always go after who they think is weak. They like to fight with 100 versus 1. So they team up versus one person. They use the black Uncle Toms and the sellouts to go against the black leaders. Or whoever got like the Nat Turner type of spirit, they would try to go after them, even if they weak. And this is what made an uprise amongst our people because they was killing all type of handicapped brothers and brothers that was had mental deficit or all type of illnesses and stuff. And our people had enough of it, so we started defending ourselves. And it was an eye for eye at one time in history. You learn about the deacons, the black deacons and stuff like that. They beat the Ku Klux Klan and made the FBI come in and start enforcing laws because the FBI was always letting it happen because they was working with them. The black deacon said, "Man, we are for peace, but we every time something happen, we gonna give the same type of response. You're not trying to take nobody's life, but if you come for us, we will defend ourselves." And they don't raise y'all don't raise y'all children like that. Most of y'all Christians say if you get smacked, turn the other cheek, and that's what the Bible say. But it say, "Be bold in the faith." Now, it says, "Be bold in the faith," right? Now, what faith did David had when he was killing lions and going to war, taking them Jebusites' heads off and stuff like that? He had faith in God. They said David was a man after God's own heart. So we can't get uh, being defensive or you know what I'm saying, get smacked, turn the other cheek with not having a sword. Them brothers had swords. See, if Nolan would have had a sword, they wouldn't have got that brother in the water. They would have all had chopped arms off, trying to hold on to the boat with their missing arm. Yeah, you going in the water and fishing, bring a sword. Bring Moses and them brothers kept a staff. You going to the island at that. You know what I'm saying? They probably tried to do some nasty homosexual stuff with him, and he wasn't down with it, and they all started fighting him and threw him into the water. You don't know what happened. I hope they get to the truth whenever the autopsy come back, because the family need the truth. They don't need to be lied to. And then years later, they find out, well, that wasn't true. You know, the last two things that we seen, the biggest cases has been with children. And then they said they had a 1-year-old baby and they found him wrapped up in something like that. I can't even remember. This stuff is crazy, y'all. The world is filled with wickedness. So yeah, man. Judgment is coming on this land, man. For all y'all wickedness. How y'all been lying, stealing from the homeless, doing all this wicked, ungodly things. The Epstein type of stuff that y'all be on. Man, judgment coming for evil in this land. We just got hit with a storm not too long ago, and it was kind of bad. A lot of trees fell down. Power was out. This is judgment of the Most High. And heat waves, a lot of heat waves, record high. Yeah, so the black deacons, they beat the Ku Klux Klan. They ran them out of every city that they was trying to come in and burn up black people homes and do all the racist stuff that they were doing. And judges like Judge Roach and all of that, they worked for the Ku Klux Klan. That's why he gave Carmelo Anthony 35 years, because he's a Ku Klux Klan member. They railroaded his life. But God got judgment on all these people. A lot of them gonna burn in hell too. If they don't repent, a lot of these old racist ass Ku Klux Klan neo-Nazi, uh, Donald Trump marching with a face on the what is it? A ski mask on their face. The 4th of July. That was the Ku Klux Klan right there when you seen them July 4th marching. A lot of them call themselves Christians. Christian nationalists. Yeah. Then it's a lot of black people that work with them. Because we got some black people that work inside certain systems of, let's say, systems where they can feel like they can come after certain people and gang stalk people, whatever, and act like it's normal, right? So these are the ones that sit back and eat dinner and smile up in the white people's face, and they know, and deep down in their heart, them white people don't give a fuck about you or your children. They don't. But you think everything is all good. Even in the military, it's racism. They tell you, oh, it ain't. We all one, and we united in all that stuff. Y'all ain't united. It's just way back in the 50s. This is why a lot of them black dudes that came out the military, they found out that they wasn't gonna get no support from the military. Only thing they could do was get a job like everybody else. They started little movements and organizations and stuff like that. And these are some of the ones that defeated the Ku Klux Klan. They've been to 2 different wars and fought in 2 different combat wars for the government. God is gonna restore us from everything that was stolen from the devil. The devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. He might steal some personal things from you. You can get that back. God will restore you. He might steal your peace. You got to get that back too. God will restore you. We got to get to the secret place. The devil work hard to steal your peace. That's one of the things he loved to try to steal. Because Christ is the Prince of Peace. And Satan want to create confusion. He's an antichrist, a spirit of antichrist. He don't want you at peace. But I'm gonna just come right out and say it. A lot of y'all try to be politically correct too much. I think it was foul play in the Nolan Wells case, man. I think them boys knew what happened. and they don't want to say nothing because they know that it's serious, and they if they tell the truth, they feel like they might get in trouble, so they're gonna make up a lie. I think they've seen him fall into the water and everything. They might have threw him into the water. That's what I think. I'm like over 90% thinking that they got in a fight or something like that, and then either one of them or more than one of them might have threw him in the water. Why would they delete stuff from their cell phone? Then they delete their social medias or something like that, or they deleted stuff from their cell phone, something like that. It's they add up. You got these dudes coming in here talking about you sound like you sound like you're trying to make it seem like they killed Nolan. They probably did kill him. What you talking about? That's why I blocked you. If you want to get off the block list, send me a cash app, $ Devon Bay. Send me $80 on Cash App and I'll take you off the block list. $Devon Bay. If not, you gotta pay to come over here, man. Like when you monetize on YouTube, they let you do memberships. I'm not monetized, so whoever I let come in my comment section, you like a member. If I block you, you out of here. So everybody knows we should be respectful. Unless you just want to pay. You interrupting the service. I'm providing a service right here, giving y'all a message. They trying to charge me like $46 for some antibiotic medicine for my teeth, but I don't know if I'm gonna pay that much. I just paid $30 for the dentist, and they didn't even give me my exams. I sent them an email, posted it up on my Facebook. They got 10 days to respond. If not, that email going to the Attorney General, and hopefully they do something. Because they just violated federal HIPAA law. I got to call them and record the conversation. This is the battle of good versus evil. It's good to take care of your teeth, to care about your health. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's wrong with my teeth. I want to see the x-rays. I want to see the work that was done. So I paid $30 to go get an x-ray and an exam of my teeth done at Aspen Dental. They talking about some cinema message. They're concerned and all that. Listen, that lady told me because you're not doing a payment plan, I don't have to give you your paperwork. She lied. She was supposed to give me that paperwork. I paid for it. That's my x-rays, my teeth. If you're not spending money with our dentist, then we're not going to give you the x-rays and exams that we did of your teeth. That's what she just basically told me. Because I was going to do a payment plan, like just get a little bit work done and pay a little at a time. But I thought about it. I said, man, can't afford to pay these people. And I'm not trying to do a payment plan and be in debt. So I come back when I got the money or when I got insurance. And they got mad, kind of, it seemed like, because they know that I, I'm not working out no payment plan. I'm not willing to get no work done right now. I got to wait. So I just really want the exam. And they denied it. She might lose her dentist license. If it come back and they got cameras in there and they investigate, and if they're proving that, yeah, she just told him, because you're not doing the payment plan, I can't give you your exam and your paperwork that was done on your teeth. She gave me 2 papers about gum disease. That's it, and wrote a script for CVS for antibiotics, and didn't even give me the paperwork for the script. But they said it's $46. Okay, that's a lot of money. But he said he could put in a discount and it'd be less than 46, so probably like 30 something. I'll be in so much pain. I'm thinking about maybe I do need it because I can't sleep really that good at night. It's bad. Used to be worse. My whole Mouth would like swell up before a long time ago. Man, I should never went there. Now I'm in more pain than I was before I went there. Feel like they did something. Yeah, I'm having pain in a spot that I never had it at. Day before I was perfectly fine, slept well and everything. It's like something stuck in my back teeth or something. In between my teeth and my gums. In an angle where you gotta eat a certain type of food to get it out, or something, a fruit or something. Guess I gotta get some fruits. I gotta change my diet. Because eating regular foods, it had me in more pain. I gotta start eating only fruits, vegetables, or chop up food. If I eat it, I chop it up real good, or just try to eat it on my left, but it's still gonna come over into the back on my right side, no matter what. This chipped tooth in my back is like a magnet. No matter what I eat, it's going there. And you eat it on the left side, it's gonna go over there anyway. The residuals of it, the leftovers of it, once you start chewing it up and processing it, it goes over to the other side. A little pieces of it, whatever you get, like a fry. I could eat a little piece of a fry, like this is a leftover fry from yesterday. It's all soggy. Just a piece like that. You chew it on the left, the potatoes or whatever that's on the inside. A little piece of it come over onto your right side. You won't even really realize it. These fries will probably taste better if I put them in like an air fryer, maybe. But they don't taste the same as yesterday. Coming fresh out. I'm sitting in the car on them. They decent, but kind of help my teeth a little bit. I'm gonna have to eat another one. Sun coming out now.